Gadget. This is going to be a card tech talk. This is going to be on a trap I'm using in my side deck right now. It's called Hard Selling Zombie. Now this is a much older card that was considered pretty much trash back in the day, but now with the format it's a lot better. Now if you don't know what it does, Hard Selling Zombies effect reads. Go ahead and put that up close to the camera so see if you can read it. No, it's not going to work. Each time a monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, select one card in your opponent's graveyard and return it to the bottom of their deck. Now this is good against plants and against Dark World because they feed off of the graveyard. You know, the Grapha they need in the graveyard to summon. They need their monsters in the grave to remove for their field card, you know, stuff like that. Plants need their tuners in the grave like Glow Bulb, Spore. They want Dandelion in the grave so they can reuse it. You know, all that stuff. So if you run this, you can control their graveyard, and every time you do damage, smack, 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 you're returning cards to the bottom of the deck. It doesn't even shuffle the deck, so they don't have any chance of drawing it. It returns it to the bottom so that they can't get it unless they use a searcher card or something. So it really, you can get rid of those Graphas in the graveyard really easily. You can get rid of those tuners in the graveyard really easily, and it can put them in a very bad position. Now, I recommend this for decks that don't do well with removal. Like, if you can run removal, just run removal. Fuck it. There's no point. Just run removal. But if you can't run removal because you use the graveyard too, use Hard Selling Zombie. This is a great suggestion for plant players because you can pump out really big beaters really fast, and with this card you can control your opponent's graveyard while you're doing damage. That is immensely useful. I would also recommend this for GB players and players of that type. Now, you can play removal GBs, but, you know, I would just suggest running this instead. So this is very good for that aspect. Another thing it allows you to do is basically guarantee that you're not going to get sacked. A lot of the time, you know, with Tengu in the meta and the graveyard being so big, people will like run Pot of Avarice and just keep reusing Tengus. But when you do damage, you can just keep. Well, I mean, you don't want to return to Tengu, obviously. Like if you're returning Tengu with Hard Selling Zombie, you've got a problem in your head. But when you return the other monsters, they won't have enough targets for Pot of Avarice, and that'll kill Pot of Avarice. And the only target they will have for their Monster Reborn or their Call of the Haunted will be Tengu. And yeah, they can do it on Tengu, but they really don't want to because when you exceed someone with Tengu, they don't get their effects, so that kind of sucks. So you can really put them in a hard position too, and that usually goes with plant players and synchro players in general. So overall, this card is just a pretty good card. I mean, it's a really easy to get common. It can really control the graveyard. Now, its playability. I think it's really good because you can do it over and over and over. A lot of people side like Gemini Imps against Dark World. I guess I really don't like Gemini Imps because it's a one-time thing, and then you get another card, but that's it. So I really don't like it that way. I mean, it does negate the cards, so I guess it's good. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't like it. And Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is amazing. Like, I would run Shadow Imprisoning Mirror over this if you want to run Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. But I know a lot of people run Tour Guides and Sanyan and crap like that. So, you know, even the Dark World. Well, I mean, technically you're getting Dark Smog soon, so you don't give a shit about this. But it still is an option. Like you could combo this with Dark Smog and completely wreck the graveyard. Because I know people are going to be main decking Dark Smog, and then you could side deck this, so when you go into a mirror match, you can just completely just rape their graveyard. They can't do anything. So basically, yeah, it's just a good card. I mean, it can really control the graveyard pretty easily. It gives you more options, and it basically just guarantees that Plants players and Dark World players are going to be hurting a lot more than you. So this is the Gadget Guru, and I will see you all later.